divorce attorneys, and we just watched episode 7 of All's Fair. Dolores, what did you think of the episode?
I thought it was a lot more drama than actual legal, things. I think this whole show has been more drama than anything else. And this particular episode started off with office drama. I was like, okay, office drama. I mean, we see this. And in this particular situation, it was the office drama with Naomi Watts. And she feels left out, that she's not part of the sisterhood. And I mean, I know we see that, right?
Yeah, that part was true, where an attorney or even anyone, especially with an all-female firm, I think that's what happens. And who knows, maybe it happens with the male firms as well. But where someone always does feel left out. And sometimes I think that just happens. I don't know if it's something internally that they personally do or if other people do leave them out. But I did believe that was, at least they had that part real.
Yeah. Yeah, Naomi Watts got a little paranoid and started going to the extreme and doing things to fit in. And we see that here a lot, where people feel like they're not part of a clique or, you start becoming self-aware of whatever you're doing. And a lot of times there's nothing going on. Like in this particular episode with Naomi Watts, nobody had anything against her, but, your own insecurities sometimes kick in, and that's just regular office drama. So at least that was somewhat accurate, but as it comes to the actual show, we mainly dealt with the death of what's this actress name?
The guy who plays, yeah, and I just think of her husband as Al Bundy.
I know, I kept thinking that too. I was like, it's Al Bundy, but it's not Al Bundy.
No, but what a great way for him to get a paycheck. He just played dead this whole episode.
The whole episode, he's just in bed dead for 3 days. Mm-hmm. And that was really weird, by the way, where I was really thinking, where is this show going with it? Like, what's the point? You have Glenn Close, who, yes, she lost her husband, she's mourning him, but she's going to keep him in bed for 3 days and have breakfast with him, sleep with him. That's just a little psycho. I don't know.
Isn't it kind of illegal, too, to have a dead person there for several days?
I mean, I don't practice dead people law, but I think that I can't imagine. I mean, that's like a hazard. Your body starts to decompose. It's just all bad. Why? Why did they decide to write that in? Like, completely unnecessary.
It was the whole focus of the episode. And then, okay, they had, which I do think it was funny, the Sarah Paulson and Naomi Watts kind of competing to get Glenn Close, I guess, attention. That was actually entertaining. But again, no legal drama. It was completely misrepresented, the show being a legal drama. And then they bring in Niecy Nash, and they're all concerned about Glenn Close and having her dead husband there for several days. But the very last scene with Kim Kardashian, when she comes after the wake, remember?
What did she do?
She came after the wake and said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was running late." And it appears that she wasn't aware that Glenn Close was still with her dead husband for several days.
For 3 days?
Yeah, I guess
what
no
kind
one
of friend
told her.
are you?
I know. I'm like, I guess no one told her, or she's dealing with her own thing.
I mean, if you were ever with your husband's corpse for 3 days, I think I would know. And I would be very concerned. And I don't know. I don't know what I would do at that point.
You should call the police or something and say that I have an illegal corpse in my house. But with Kim, though, when they were telling her and they were sitting at the table, the 3 actresses, and they told her, "Oh, Glenn Close is upstairs still with her dead husband, and it's been several days," her reaction was just, "So what are we going to do about it?" No shock. I'm like, is this something normal to you?
But, I mean, in all fairness, Anna, how much shock can you get from a frozen face? I mean, so I think she did what she could.
I just had Botox last week, and there's shock for you.
Right.
Maybe this didn't move, but this moved.
Right? You can at least pretend you're like, something. Yeah, no, horrible. But the other actresses are amazing. Like you said, it's like the Naomi Watts with
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson. I think those scenes were good, but because they're such good actresses, I don't know. Like it made it. The show's not great, but their dynamic was really cool. The one part that I thought started getting into a little bit of the legal, I mean, the sprinkle legal that they do, is the whole Kim's divorce. It comes up again, obviously. She meets with Chase, her ex, at a bar. Why is she meeting with him to give him divorce papers at a bar?
Is he supposed to sign them? I wasn't sure what that was.
She's going to intoxicate him and have him sign it. Yeah, that's going to be a real valid agreement.
I was confused. I'm like, are they going to be signing their agreement, or did they already sign it and she was giving it to them?
Maybe she was really proud because she says that her paralegal spent 36 hours drafting this agreement.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Why would you say that? Why wouldn't you be drafting it yourself? If this was mine, I'd be, yes, maybe have somebody else review it, draft it, whatever. But I'm going to be going over this carefully. And I would say, I've gone through this agreement, so you need to sign it. Something, I don't know, but my paralegal worked on this the best paralegals worked on this for 36 hours.
Because remember, he told her, why couldn't you be like this during our marriage?
Mm-hmm. She did. And one thing that he actually touched on was that a lot of times, maybe as being a divorce attorney, and specifically in her case, he said, maybe you being a divorce attorney has, jaded your perception of what relationships are like.
And that's true if you think about it. I think, we see a lot of breakups and nastiness and divorces. And to be honest, when I hear the word divorce, I love it. I know it's really weird. Like
It's kind of sick.
But I love it. It excites me when I hear it, and even on TV or you hear about celebrities or something.
That's really weird, Anna.
It is, and I think it's because of my profession as a divorce attorney.
I don't think it excites me. I mean, I wouldn't use the word excites me, but it's definitely something that I think I've become jaded or at least numb to, where people say, "Oh, this person's getting divorced." I'm like, "Oh." And some people are like, yeah, but they were together for so long, and this is just like, it happens. Like, you lose a little bit of that sensitivity because you see it so much. I mean, we are surrounded by breakup. Like, our lives are surrounded by breakups. So you do become very, very jaded, and I think that line was pretty accurate.
And then I didn't understand the whole, are they getting back together, the whole making amends because he had a list of a bunch of people he slept with. Who cares?
Oh, the whole road to recovery for his sex addiction. Like what? And he went around dropping off flowers for all the women that he lied to. I don't know. It was just it was bizarre. I don't know where that was going. But the part that was real and does get into the legal aspect is the whole Milan and Chase. You know, how Milan's pregnant.
Yes.
And with Chase's baby. And Kim tells them, Milan, maybe we should try talking to him and reaching an agreement before your baby's born to avoid all the legal mess. And I think that was smart.
Yeah, that is real, because we've even had clients where they're going through litigation for custody of their unborn child. Mm-hmm. And now she's pregnant. I remember we had a client who was pregnant before. And I remember the judge even telling her and the child's father, this is really sad that the two of you are fighting and the child isn't even born yet. And that's true. And that is actually something that Kim does give her good advice, saying the two of you need to reach an agreement, because if not, you're going to go to court and it's going to be very, very expensive. And
she tells Milan, he is going to out-litigate you. He has a lot of money and he is going to bury you in that. And that's 100% true. If you have more money, I don't care what the situation is. Like, somebody can absolutely out-litigate you, unfortunately, and we see it all the time. A lot of times people, it's just about how far can I take you till you can no longer afford your attorney, and then destroy you.
And so especially sad. If Kim's paying him money from the divorce.
I think that's probably why she said that. But that part was real. Then she decides to put them both together in the same room when she knows Milan hates Chase, to discuss and try to reach an agreement. And so Milan loses it and starts like hitting him and going crazy. Why would you put them in the same room?
That was so bad. And okay, and especially knowing she, like you said, she's pregnant, she hates him. And then right there, you're creating a whole domestic violence
situation.
Yeah, which could be really bad for Milan. Because even if you think about it, he could have easily gone to go find an attorney and say, she is physically abusive. Mm-hmm. Not only did she try to cut me out of the child's life when she told me she was pregnant and told me, you have no rights, you're not going to be a part of this. And then when I saw her and I tried to talk to her, she threw things at me, she physically hit me. He can make a case or get a restraining order against her. Once that child is born, he can get full custody.
Yep.
Come on, Kim. If you're really trying to help Milan, you're not.
No, but I agree 100%. And, you know, she definitely touched on the whole custody thing, and it just went completely off the wall. But I think that was accurate. And Chase did mention saying, you know, I have rights as a dad. Like, maybe we weren't married, but I have rights as a dad, and that's 100% true.
And one thing I did like about Kim is at the end, because Chase kept saying that, I'm a dad, dad's rights. Yes, men have rights. Women have rights. We all have rights. And she even says at the end, I don't know why moms and dads always compete with their rights. It's essentially the same. And that is something, because unfortunately we do see it in our legal field where a lot of attorneys, you know, do market the men's rights.
Or women's rights, or mother's rights, or men's. It's both parents have equal rights. And as long as you're a good parent, there's no reason for you not to have custody of your child.
Yeah.
You have equal share, you know?
Right.
So, and then they move on to Kim and Chase getting back together.
Girl, what are you thinking? But I think we said this last time, or I don't know which episode. It happens.
Yeah.
Parties do reconcile.
They do, which is why probably California has the 6-month cooling off period, meaning when you file for divorce, you cannot finalize your divorce until 6 months have passed in California. So it's the cooling off period. And again, people reconcile. That's probably why we see it. I think it was the last episode where I even mentioned we've had clients who get divorced, then they get back together after the divorce, and then we divorce them again the second time. So that's probably where this is going to go, I'm pretty sure.
And that was it for the legalness, I guess, of the show. But I do want to mention her really cute pink suit. Kind of that pinstripe
Oh, yeah,
suit.
that looked really cute.
I really, really like that. I was like, okay, Kim. Finally.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of, like, the pink version of A Nightmare Before Christmas.
With Jack.
With Jack. I was like, it's a little Jackie there. But it was cute. I liked it. It was the overall, you know, outfits they were pretty good. Nothing ridiculous, nothing scandalous. So we'll continue watching so that you don't have to.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.